Throughout all of high school, I have taken a lot of pride in being consistent and organized. I joined Journey Academy in my 8th grade year, and it was here that I was first introduced to the world of entrepreneurship. It was an environment that challenged me to think outside the box and encouraged me to combine my passions with practical goals. The lessons I learned from my guides and mentors in my life at this time were invaluable. They not only pushed me to consider what I was truly passionate about, but also helped me think about how I could turn those passions into a viable career. As I navigated through my freshman and sophomore year, I began to feel a growing pull towards entrepreneurship. For me, it seemed like a perfect way to merge my personal interests and skills with the possibility of building something meaningful. Last year, I had the privilege of standing on this very stage, sharing my next great adventure with many of you, growing my photography business. It was a pivotal moment for me, and as I talked about my goals and the direction I saw for my future. The support I received was incredible and deeply appreciated. It reinforced my belief in the power of following my passions and the community that backs me as I pursue my dreams. However, earlier this year, things began to shift. As the new school year approached, I found myself feeling burnt out and uncertain about what came next, dreading the next 2 years of high school. In September, I made the decision to graduate early, making this my senior year at just 16 years old. While I felt proud of this, I also felt unsettled. The looming pressure of graduation only amplified my uncertainty, and I struggled with self-doubt about the choices I was making. Growing up, I always had a strong sense of justice and a deep desire to help others. These qualities were frequently acknowledged by the adults in my life, who often remarked on my empathy and fairness. From a young age, I found myself deeply interested in understanding the world around me, particularly when it came to human behavior. The question was always why. I was fascinated by how people think and interact with one another, which sparked my curiosity about psychology. I often found myself reflecting on the reasons behind people's actions and the dynamics that shape human relationships. During a trip this fall, a family friend who happens to be a lawyer suggested I asked about my plans after graduation. I panicked a bit and admitted I wasn't sure. He suggested I consider becoming a paralegal, saying I would excel in it. Coming from someone I respect, this was a call to action. Motivated by his suggestion, I began researching the field, and a mentor helped me set up calls with professionals. These conversations were insightful and deepened my understanding of the legal profession. This past November, I organized mini shoots for the holidays, hoping to capture the festive spirit and offer something special to my community. However, only 2 people signed up, and I felt discouraged and uninspired. At that moment, I began to question whether photography was still the right direction for me. This uncertainty, compounded by the fact that photography had been such a big part of my vision for the future, something I had invested a lot of time and energy into. The fact that it wasn't taking off as I had hoped made me second-guess my abilities and the path I had chosen. As the doubt grew, I realized how nervous I felt when I started to question this dream, especially because I had shared it with so many people in my community. I worried about what others would think and whether I had somehow failed to meet expectations, both my own and those around me. But over time, I came to understand that being young doesn't mean I have to have everything figured out or commit to a single path. I can explore multiple interests and not just be confined to one identity or career. I've learned that I don't need to have everything mapped out perfectly. Photography will always be a part of me. It's something I still love, and I plan to continue developing my skills, growing my business on the side, and pursuing new creative projects. However, I've also realized the importance of diversifying myself and my interests. I don't have to be limited to just one pursuit. Exploring other opportunities, like the legal field, allows me to expand my horizons and find new ways to contribute to the world around me. I feel much more at peace with this mindset, knowing I can follow multiple paths without the fear of losing direction. After graduation, I'll be taking a gap year, and am considering diving into the legal field. I plan to pursue this opportunity by seeking out internships or entry-level positions that will allow me to learn more about the profession firsthand before committing to college. This is the part where I ask for your help. Before I decide whether to pursue college or a 2-year program, I want to gain experience in the legal field. My ask is simple. I'm seeking contacts or mentors who could provide guidance, advice, and possibly help me find internship opportunities. While I may still be early in my journey, I've already taken proactive steps to learn about the legal field, spoken with mentors, and now would like to pursue real-world experience. I am passionate, dedicated, and ready to put in the work. As I stand on the threshold of a new chapter in my life, I want to make a promise to my community, the people who have supported me, believed in me, and encouraged me along this journey. I promise to stay true to the values and passions that have shaped me, while remaining open to new opportunities and growth. As I look ahead, my next great adventure begins with diving into the legal field. Over the next year, I plan to explore paralegal work, gaining experience and building my skills in a way that will set me up for the future. I'm ready to embrace the challenges that come with learning a new field, while continuing to develop my understanding of the law and how it intersects with my passions for helping others. Thank you so much.
All right, do you guys have any further questions for Payten? I'll start with one. You know, Payten, I love that you shared that you were headed one direction and then you kind of got discouraged and had to pivot. What advice would you give to maybe other high schoolers that feel that pressure? Everybody asks me what I'm going to do. What have you learned about that?
I would say internships are really helpful. I know everybody says that and we always hear that, but for me it's really true. I've done 3 internships and I'm working on completing my 4th, and that has been just really great for me to figure out what I like, what I don't like, what I want to maybe pursue, and just have those conversations with people and ask a lot of questions, because that's really helpful as well.
Any other questions that you have following up with Payten?
What kind of law do you want to look into? Because there's all different kinds, like medical or construction law.
So the question is, what area of law would you want to look into or that interests you most?
The thing that's most interesting to me right now is probably criminal justice. As I said in my speech, I'm really interested in psychology and how humans work and why they do things and all that, so I think that would be where I would look.
All right, thank you so much, Payten.